they will bring you in. So what I'm saying is that the African American Muslim community has a unique struggle. But also, I point this out, we must intensify the da'wah in the African American community to the middle class and to the super rich. We can't limit this message to the people on the corners, the brothers in prison, the brother on drugs. And that's one of the mistakes I think was made in giving the da'wah, is that we didn't make our approach comprehensive. And by the grace of Allah, with this new technology that we have access to, the airwaves and television and internet and satellite TV, we must now produce Islamic programs that reflect a level of professionalism that allows the message of Islam to be delivered in a manner that is consistent with the Quranic outline. So again, I think, yes, we need to shift our focus now. We need to knock on Harvard and Yale and Princeton and Columbia and Temple and the University of Penn. And State, and what is the other one? Penn State University. Yes, brother. Islam is for everybody. We're doing something for the youth, then we must first educate them about their divine purpose. And not only educate them, we must dedicate money and resources to building institutions that empower them. Our society doesn't seem interested in that right now. So if the Muslims are interested, the first question I have to Muslims are, number one, are you prepared to sacrifice? Number two, are you prepared to give your money and time? Money and time. And if you're prepared to do that, I say that we take over these public schools in our community, we put pressure on politicians, and we make them open these schools for after-school programs, and we teach our people. But it's a process.
Just a question now. You said put pressure on politicians.
We must put pressure on them.
You can't put pressure on politicians if you don't vote.
See, the Muslim vote in America is not at the numbers that it should be.
Right.
And part of it, if I can say this without offending anyone, part of it is that we have been given a false sense of what Islam means. People have taught us, you know, you're Muslim now, you don't get involved in politics. But politicians are deciding right now whether or not your children go to war and die. So as Muslims, we must take control of our own destiny. Whether we're in America or any place in the world, we have a unique opportunity here to make our voices heard. But we have other people who will tell us, brothers, don't vote, but they vote. Brother, don't go to school, but they go to school. Brother, you don't need to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Come sit here, brother, and learn Quran and learn Hadith. What is learning Quran and Hadith if it doesn't empower you to control your own destiny by the grace of Allah? If learning Islam means sitting in a mosque and receiving food stamps and welfare and living in public housing, then you don't understand what Islam means. Islam and Muslims have built world civilizations, and much of the Western civilization is based upon the contributions that Muslims have made worldwide throughout the history, and those that are in the gates of scholarship, they understand that. So again, we have to enlighten our people. Muslims need to know that your vote is important. It is one of the weapons of choice that you must use for the emancipation of your people. But we need politicians that are strong, brother. Not politicians who just want to be, you know, just there for the Kodak moment. When people come for our vote, we should have some demands on them.
Right, right. But
some demands.
Anytime you call a politician's office, I mean, immediately from your phone number, he knows whether or not you vote, you know?
Yes, we have to change that. We're still in a struggling process.
Yes.
But I can say this to you, brother, with all due respect. If the city of Philadelphia has a police commissioner who's not only an African American but is a Muslim, that is a sign of what could become throughout the country. And we have to know something, brother, that when Muslims begin to vote in large numbers, there will be great opposition. There are people in America that are afraid of sharing the power, not only with the African American community, but they're afraid of Muslims having influence. Because our influence in politics in America means that we will also have some say-so in foreign policy.
Well, this is the point I was trying to make, you know,
brother,
because
yes.
you know,
foreign policy is a big issue.
Yes, exactly, because the foreign policy is affecting the Muslims all over the world.
Absolutely.
You know, so who we put in office here is going to affect your